Hello everyone, I am Tacit, and today we're going to mostly be doing the Bounty Hunter. Of course, we got Campaign 8, Week 9, Day 5, and with today, we do have the Bounty Hunter event that's going on through the entirety of this weekend, starting today and going until the end of Sunday, all the way until Monday reset, so still another solid 2 days to go and complete it out. Of course, you get some more battles per day if you don't already have enough sigils to do so. Basically, the main game plan for this is either if you want to finish it, that is. There's really like 3 paths unless you're going for leaderboard. So I guess 4 paths. The first one is don't spend any and just do the free battles, which you generally do earlier on in the game. The one that most people I feel fall in is either the tier 5 or tier 6, where you do tier 5, upgrade it, and then use a small blue in order to get the entirety of the event done. The other alternative is to buy tier 6, and then you just have the troop maxed and you're good to go. So those are like the main 2. We're likely just going to do a tier 5 and get it done that way. And of course you can just spam leaderboard if you want to go for the leaderboard for a little bit of orbs and everything. But we will be going for just buying the tiers up, getting our thing maxed, and be good to go. So let's go do just that. Tier 5 I believe is 710 gem cost, if I'm not mistaken. Which is what we're going up to. Let me just double check. 300, 200, 500, 7... Yeah, it's 710. Because you have the 400, then the 210 over here. Oh, wait. Hold up. 210, 410. Yeah, 710. I thought I did the math. I was missing 100 there for some reason. But yeah, it's 710 gems, as it normally is. But that's what we shall be doing. And this gets us a maxed version of the thing. It just costs us 1 single blue orb. Though blues are enough surplus, I'd rather do the 1 blue than spend an additional 400 gems. So we'll do just that. Oddly enough, the last emoji pack actually gets up to that point, which this technically saves like 50 gems into the future, because I like buying them all. But it works out quite conveniently, because normally it's on like the very last tier, but for whatever reason it's actually on that tier, which is very convenient, because this is the ideal tier for spending less gems. So we simply go get it to legendary, make sure it's legendary before you use the blue orb. Now we can simply just use the blue orb to get it to mythic, and now we have ourselves a maxed out bounty hunter troop to be able to get the maximum amount of scores, since we'll be needing to use it as our bounty captain. Of course, we already mentioned a team for this on Monday. All we really have to do is swap in the new troop that ended up coming out today. Also, we probably won't be getting around to those mimics today. This will primarily be a bounty hunter focus stream, though we will go back to the hunt this weekend. With that being said, I should probably go hide the mimic count. There we go. There we go. Anyways, let me go and let's go build our team. So, of course, we'll just grab the one that we mentioned on Monday and simply go put the new troop there, which is the Shadowbeast, and we're good to go. Okay, there we go. I already have the correct banner and everything. I just need to go simply copy it and paste it into our slot, and that shall be our team. Ogress, Tagraki, Corpse Mirror, and Shadowbeast. That is the game plan. Anyways, head to games, head to Bounty Hunter. We already have all of our tiers. We already have all of our everythings. Don't believe we need anything else, so let's start getting into it. Just paste in the team that we had from earlier, and we're good to go. And of course, hero class doesn't actually matter here because we don't use any hero. And as long as we have a 30 times multiplier there, we know we've set the correct team, as that is the max amount of multiplier you can have for any bounty hunter battle. And it's for having 3 mythic bounty hunter troops with the bounty captain also mythic. Unfortunately, we do have to use the Shadowbeast. As far as what it does, it's pretty underwhelming. It deals damage to an enemy, and if the enemy dies, it inflicts a random status effect to all other enemies. So basically a poke into some random status effects. It does have a Dark Storm going for it, so it might be somewhat decent in some skull spam teams into the future. However, as it currently stands, I really don't see any viability for this in the current meta of Bounty Hunter. So beyond today, or this weekend, it'll basically never get used again, at least in the Bounty Hunter context. And since that's the only context it's ever going to be used in, it is basically useless after this weekend. But if nothing else, it does bring Darkstone up another star. Actually, I forget exactly where, but it does indeed have another star now. If we go over to Darkstone, it is now at 25 stars, yet another one. Though both the 2 that were at 25 stars are now at 26. I think Leon is the Empire still at 25. But 2 of the other ones moved to 26, Zacian and Mergrim Woods, as of the most recent patch. But anyways, yeah, Darkstone's now 25. Do we need to do any upgrade because of that? No. You would need to have a 1,500 Renown in the faction and fully upgrade 12 Darkstone weapons, which might be slightly harder for some people, as there is only 14 total weapons, one of which is money locked, and the other one is the Doom weapon. So assuming you're not upgrading any of them, that means it requires you to have literally every other Darkstone weapon in the game. Assuming you're ignoring the money weapon and the mythic weapon, or the Doom weapon, I mean, because obviously the Doom weapon is insanely hard to upgrade and is a really bad weapon, and the other one of these is money locked. I can't remember which. I should completely forget which, so I know for sure one of them are. I completely forget which one it is here. Blood Drainer? No. I honestly do not know. But one of these is $5 locked, though it used to be free way back when. Oh, it's Soul Trap. I'm pretty sure it's Soul Trap. But I believe the Soul Trap's the $5 locked one. And this one you're just never going to upgrade because it's such a bad weapon. So you basically have to have every weapon other than those two maxed. As those are like most likely two do not have maxed. Unless you happen to have gotten Soul Trap way ages ago. But otherwise it would require every other All-Seeing Eye, I'm sorry, not All-Seeing Eye, every single other, the one of them is from All-Seeing Eye, but it would require every other Darkstone weapon, aside from those two. Anyways, let's keep going. So let's go do Bounty Hunter. Start getting rolling in here. Obviously we already went over the team and everything. Let's start doing our battles. Anyways, hello everyone! Hello, Isabel, hello Bill, hello Tyrion, hello Mister, hello Hollywood, hello Jonian. Hello, I said Isabel. Hello, Gustavo. Hello, Gerudo. Hello, Roman. Hello, hello, Michael. Hello, Warren. Hello, Bill. Hello, Tyrion. Hello, Hung. Hello, Mister. Hello, Heartfelt. How am I doing today? I've been doing pretty good. Hope everyone else has been doing well as well. Hello, Crisp. Hello, Logic Slayer. Hello, Gimli. Hello, everyone who hasn't said hello, and welcome everyone else. Okay, so let's go take a brown. Start getting our mana. I'll take that for now. Get our... We mostly just need to get through these quicker, earlier battles. I do want to see his new ability, though. So he just puts a random negative on everything else. So right there, he did a bleed. If that was, like, multiple random negatives combined with an extra turn on kill, that could kind of be okay. One single negative on all remaining troops, meaning at the absolute best, it is hitting 3. And it's getting no follow-up other than that. If that was like its base ability, just do a random status effect on all enemies, that's already kind of bad, combined with how pitiful its ability already is. Especially when you compare it to Dragonet, which for only 8 mana, isn't it 8 mana? Is it 11 or 8? I know it's a green-purple that takes some amount of mana. Could have sworn it was 8. But it ends up placing like 2 to 4 random status effects or whatever it does, which compared to it and being the same rarity and everything, it just seems so bad. Because they both do about the same amount of damage as well. Except, of course, this is a bounty hunter related troop. This seems really underwhelming. Like what his secondary effect is on kill. I feel like that's the issue with a lot of things that have an effect on kill. It's either such a good effect that you always want them to kill, like Weaver, or it is such a bad effect that they will never ever be used in any context. Because realistically, you can only ever have one thing on your team that has a on-kill effect, and all the good ones, like Weaver, basically invalidate anything else that ever ends up getting the ability, because it's just so much stronger compared to it. I really wish they would tweak quite a few of the things that have on-kill effects. I'm still surprised that quite a few newer ones have like such a bad one, because they could have made this thing okay in Arena at least. I mean, not Arena, I mean, though it would probably be good in Arena too if they had tweaked it. But they could have at least made it good in Bounty Hunter, if nothing else. But it just doesn't do enough. If it was like 2 random stats effects plus gain extra turn on kill, it would be kind of decent. Like always do 2 random stats effects, but if it lands kill off ability, it does a extra turn. Like that could have been a bit better. And then you would make it a lot more stats effect spammy. Because right now we're barely ever going to see its effect. And even if we go out of our way to trigger, it's barely doing anything. Like right now, it's got 1 single web on a single unit. It's barely anything. Though in all fairness, most bounty troops are bad. Though there are a few very noteworthy exceptions. Like Tigraki, Ogress, and a few others. Corpse Mirror, I still wish we would get a better option in Corpse Mirror. Corpse Mirror is not bad, but there's definitely room to improve. Like, you would never use Corpse Mirror outside the context of Bounty Hunter, pretty much, other than maybe an Arena. I should have taken that skull first, whoops. But, I don't know, Corpse Mirror is not bad, at least in context of Arena. Like, outside that context, it's pretty bad normally. But it's basically like a destroy true damage poke. Like, Ogress, she gets to do so many explodes while being among one of the tankier troops in the game. Even though she only has a base 50%, she resummons the highest base durability troop in the game that also has Impervious, which is pretty strong from a tanking perspective. It's obviously not the best tank in the game, but it's a pretty solid one. It's even better than Gorgoltha in quite a few instances, even though its base score reduction is worse just because of its guarantee resummon that has Impervious. You can get quite a bit of value there. The only big downside to her is her explosion is tied to HP, so she's really not super good until later in the game, once you have a higher HP value to utilize her. It also has the downside of when she takes HP damage, she becomes weaker. Whereas things like Gorgoltha remain just as strong, even if they're only at 1 HP remaining. Whereas this thing substantially falls off once it starts breaking through the armor. And obviously just Rocky, which is literally what every bounty team is like forever going to be based around until they somehow add like 5 other good options or 4 other good options that aren't Rocky. But yeah, Bounty Hunter would be such a slog if they didn't, like how long it would take if Rocky did not exist, because we don't really have a good scaling damage source other than him. Like, you can try going down the Skull Spam route, but we don't have enough components to fully make it work in the current state of the game. But that could change into the future. But, Bounty Hunter would be played so much differently if Rocky did not exist. Too bad we can't use multiple Rocky. You do get penalized for using multiple of the same, so make sure not to do that. If you ever wonder why our teams are always purely unique, they have to be in order to get the amount of points, because anytime you repeat a troop in your team, it does not give you the points for it. Otherwise, you would just run 4 Bounty Captains every single time, which would make Bounty Hunter very stale. So that's why they don't end up doing that, obviously. That'd be kind of bad. They kind of fixed that a little bit for the journey events, too, if we ever get another journey event again. Because they made it so you don't even have to use, like, the rest of your team. Like, the problem that Bounty Hunter has is you have to use 4 bounty troops. You can't really deviate into, like, other troops and mechanics that exist within the game. You have to use the Bounty Captain, which means you have to choose between 3 bounty troops for your other 3, which makes your team really samey. Which is why this team is pretty much the same team we run every single time, just with the replacement of the Bounty Captain. However, Journeys fixed that, which was kind of nice, because it's only the Journey troop, which, you know, kind of like the Bounty Captain, that you have to use. The other 3 can be pretty much whatever you want as long as it's within the restriction, which kind of fixed the whole issue of Bounty Hunter, which, of course, Bounty Hunter runs basically the same team every time, with one single thing changing based on whatever the Bounty Captain is. Speaking of which, when on earth are we getting another journey event? I assume they would start doing it for every kingdom, but apparently they might only do it when new kingdoms come out. And if that's the case, it is going to be forever until we get another one, because we're probably only getting 1 new kingdom this year, and it's probably no time soon. Though we don't know that for sure. But it's probably like this summer or later this year. And obviously we just got a patch, so it's going to be at least some amount of time. Because we just got a patch this week. Of course, bringing in the mimics that we're still hunting for. I'll probably ask tomorrow night, like, what the ratio of people who have actually found the 5 times and the other things are. We pulled it earlier this week, but I'm kind of curious by tomorrow night's stream what those numbers will be like. We probably won't be grinding it much tonight, though, if at all. Because tonight, we're mostly just want to get the entirety of Bounty Hunter done, so we can go focus on the mimics for the rest of the weekends. Also, hello, Genki. Hello, Defiant. Hello, Peter. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Also, hello, Mr. Z. You actually got a 5 times mimic today? Nice. Congrats. I'm still have not found one. We're 9 mimics deep, and I haven't found one yet. 10 Orpheuses. That could have been worse. That's not too bad. Also, hello, Mark Joey. Welcome, welcome. The Bounty Captain you cast maybe 5 times during the event. I know. Most of the casts I'm doing for it are just at the beginning battles. Once we get deeper, we're almost never going to be casting it, because it kind of conflicts with Togaraki's damage. So the only time we're really going to cast is on a first slot, like kind of like in this kind of situation, where we can kind of do a cleanup poke, because we were already doing some skull poke. And that's basically going to be the only context we ever cast it on. Oh, also interesting, it has the same stats effect. I kind of noticed that earlier, but now you could really see it because of the immune there. But yeah, it does the same stats effect every single time to all enemies when it applies. So for example, if it was to do burn, like for example, it triggers the same one for all 3 of the remaining ones, or however many there are left. So there it did all silence, earlier did all bleed, so on and so forth. That makes sense. Which was a bit more viable, though. I don't understand why they make so many bad troops. Like, I understand them being, like, slightly concerned with making something too overly meta. But, I don't understand why they make so many things so underly powered. Like, there's a balance in between those 2 numbers. Between making something ridiculously overpowered and making something, like, actually useful in a team. Like, this thing's never getting used in any context going forward after this bounty thing. But they could have made it do so. They could have made it like a, if it gets a kill, apply like 3 random stats effects to all enemies. Like no extra turn or anything, just like a bunch of negative stats effects. Basically crippling the rest of the team once it gets a kill. Like that could have been a fun mechanic. And it wouldn't have been broken. It still would never be used if that was what it did. But at least it would be like slightly more viable than what it is now. Even at 4 random stats effects to all remaining, I don't even think it would be used. 5 or higher, it would start to maybe see usage occasionally. And if it did literally every negative stats effect to everything else when it got a kill, that would actually be strong. But that's not what it is. It's nowhere near that. I can actually see that being a mythic. Like a mythic where if you get a kill with it, like a single target targetable attack that has average damage on a mythic, but if it gets a kill, it applies every negative stats effect to the entire remaining enemy team. Now that would be a fun mythic. Though this is nowhere near doing anything even remotely close to that. But they could have made it at least 3. Like 3 would have been a nice in-between that would have made it still completely useless, but at least usable in like some very rare situations, like in the context of Bounty Hunter itself. 1 is just way too few for a on-kill condition with no mana follow-up. Like Tagaraki has no mana follow-up, but it also like 2 shots nearly everything. So it doesn't really matter. Like it's strong enough where it gets away with it. But everything else on this team like has mana follow-up. This one's literally a mana accumulator, and this one has board control while also doing some mana accumulation. It's just such a vital mechanic. Oh, you found a cursed gnome and lost it. Oh no! That's not good to hear. Are you talking about me? Because I wasn't paying attention at all. I'm pretty sure you're referring to... Oh, no, you're talking to Mr. Z. I didn't read all the way up. That's the only bad thing about reading from the bottom up in chat. Is, I lose the context of some things that are said. Because I was going to say, I'm pretty sure we didn't lose one right now. But that would hurt if we did. But yeah, that's unfortunate. They are so rare. I have not... In all of the grinding we've done for these mimics, I have found 2 or 3 verses. I think it was 2. Though, why do I feel like it's 3? But at minimum, 2 verses. We found 9 actual mimics. No 5 times yet. But in all this, I have not found a single curse gnome in, I feel like 2 or 3 weeks. Pretty much since the last time we had a Vault event. I think was the last time we've seen one. Which, of course, they're a lot more common then, which is why we found one then. But since the last Vault event, I'm pretty sure is the last time I have actually found a curse gnome. Despite how much we've been grinding, explore, and other stuff. Though the game mode we're doing right now, there's no gnome possibility. Also, yeah, why did I even think there could have been a gnome in my game? There's literally a 0% chance for a gnome to even appear in Bounty Hunter. But yeah, you lost a cursed gnome, very next Explorer, so you had 2 of the rarest things in Explorer happened back-to-back. Cursed gnome wiped on your Zugov team, though. That's so unfortunate. It happens, though. It can happen. Oh, hello, Gadget. Welcome, welcome. Oh, it's nice already say hello. Gosh, I have such a short-term memory. My memory for some things lasts for like 3 seconds. It's really bad sometimes. Also, I do feel like I'm casting this thing more than I would be otherwise. But it's mostly because they keep going into like perfect range for kill. It makes me want to go poke them. Let's see. Yeah, I don't really care if we find a cursed gnome. I'm just kind of surprised that we haven't. Like, it doesn't really make too much a difference to our overall loot. Because pretty much everything cursed gnomes could be used for beyond the unique drops are not that good. Because even if every single thing that cursed gnomes, that cursed shards were required had 0 shard costs beyond having, or basically, once you have all unique rewards, every single thing that is not a unique reward that costs those chaos shards, or the ones that you get, the cursed runes that you end up getting from this cursed gnomes, every single one, if they had a 0 cursed rune cost, they would still be questionable on if they were worth crafting. And that's applicable to every single one of his drops, or every single one of the things that you can use cursed runes for beyond the unique drops. So, yeah, it's kind of bad. Or even if they had a 0 cursed rune drop, every single thing underneath that category is questionable in taking. There's some that were kind of okay, but they cost so many other resources beyond the cursed runes. It's just weird how it's structured. Not sure if they're ever going to tweak it into the future. Like, Soulforge has gotten tweaked over the years, though, at a very, like, glazily slow pace. Way slower than I thought they would. Like, it's a mechanic that has existed for, like, what, 4 or 5 years now, I want to say? And while there are updates like it, that address it, like, for example, 6.1 patch that ends up doing it some, there haven't been too many big reworks to how the Soulforge works. Let's see. Do we even have anything here? We can end up taking that. Be good to go. Grab our other destroy over there. And should be good to go. Just need to get Kaki down and kill the other one. Also, I don't even know what the final battle is yet. Oh wait, oops. I thought you had full mana. Whoops. It's not too big a deal though. Oh sure, I should probably kill this before it transforms us. Luckily, in Bounty Hunter, losing or getting transformed does not actually hurt your score at all, which is kind of convenient. There are some modes where this is the case. However, it is actually completely irrelevant other than for the speed at which you win the battle if you get killed or transformed. Ideally, you don't want to get killed or transformed, but it does not actually slow down the pace, or it does not damage your score at all. It only slows you down. So it's not that bad if we do end up getting transformed in this mode. It's just always a habit whenever I see a hag, because normally in like a faction context when you see a hag, and getting transformed in factions is extremely bad, because it doesn't count as deathless when it happens, and you also have to deal with the transform for the rest of the faction, whereas in a battle like this you only have to deal with it for the battle that it occurs on. So hopefully there's not transform on the final battle, because that would actually be kind of bad. So I probably should have taken that skull before I did the thing. Not too big a deal though. Is that kill range? No. Gosh, this guy's damage is so bad. If you're gonna give him like barely any follow-up, at least give him some okay damage. His damage is so low though. He's hitting for 52. Tigraki's base damage is almost higher than that thing. That is how low it's hitting. Tigraki's true damage is nearly hitting for more. Corpse Mirror, if it hits enough, would actually hit for more. If it got enough boost ratio, though realistically it wouldn't. Like, their damages are almost the same, yet it's physical instead of true. Which makes it way weaker. We'll take that for now. Also, do you have an HP gain? No, why is your HP so high? Interesting, why is his HP so high? Is it just because of 10% making it seem that high? Also, kind of unfortunate he has 10%. Hopefully nothing on the final battle is too beefy. That'd be a little annoying if they were. Let's see, what do we have here? And we are going to keep streaming this stream until we hit all rewards. What's the final battle? We got Dark Master, which we should probably kill first because he's a resummon. Shadow Hunter, which will hit us really hard, but shouldn't kill whatever it touches. Oh, this is actually a really easy battle. This thing, which does basically nothing. Just deals some damage to an enemy. Doesn't even have the... Oh, no. Yeah, it doesn't even have the skull convert. The other two characters, too, but the little mini one doesn't. And deals some damage while having stealthy. So this is actually a really easy final battle. You just have to make sure to kill Dark Hunter first, or Dark Master, I mean. Otherwise, you're going to have to deal with the resummon. So you definitely want to kill that first. And beyond that point, this is a really easy Bounty Hunter final battle. Not the easiest we've ever had, but definitely towards the easier side. The biggest concern is Shadow Hunter. If Shadow Hunter casts and then Shadow Sister, or Sister of Shadows, basically if both the thing with Shadow in their name end up casting, we will probably die on whatever gets hit. So there's that concern. Also, we don't have the barrier, so that could also be a concern. If you bought to tier 6, you would have barrier, but we bought to tier 5 with a blue. So we actually don't have barrier. I highly doubt that's going to happen too often. But that's the only way we could really have a bit of a bad time. So I'm pretty sure they're going to die before that's ever relevant. And even if they get a kill, it's not that big a deal. You still get max amount of points. But that combination, I believe, might be enough to kill a Shadow Hunter into a Sister of Shadows, because she automatically hits whatever the weakest is. Hopefully that's not enough to kill. We'll find out. We will find out. I'm pretty sure that's not enough. Also, what runes am I even running right now for medals? Because we should be on... Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, just making sure we're on the right ones. It felt like our damage was a little low. But, oh, that's not the one I want. Actually, we're already done with the World Event. I've barely touched it this week. I might be the lowest person in my guild by a mile. We are. Such a bad guild leader. Good thing Isabel makes up for us. Thank you, Isabel. Greatly appreciated. But, we already have all the rewards now. Yeah, I haven't played it since, like, Tuesday. Actually, I might have not played it since Monday, because Tuesday we had the patch. Then every other night I was focused on grinding the new content in the patch. Which means, yeah, I think we did it on Monday and then didn't touch it again. Whoops. Pretty sure we did it on Monday and then never did any more of it. Luckily, it's guild-wide. Though Bounty Hunter is per person, so you do have to make sure to finish out if you want the rewards, as your guild cannot carry you through the rewards. Gotta do them yourself. And we'll be doing all that tonight. Also, we'll hand out a code once we hit the the technically halfway point, which is 125,000. That's not actually the actual halfway point, but we'll head 125,000 points. Because we're already kind of almost at the halfway point now. Because we start getting points a lot quicker at the later half. Though I guess the battles are also shorter, though. I mean, longer, I mean. Not shorter. Obviously, the earlier battles were shorter. I want to hit at least 2 reds here, so we get full mana from that. So we can then go into Tagraki. And then, I love the word Tagraki. It's probably my favorite part about Bounty Hunter, to be honest. Like, if there's anything I absolutely love about Bounty Hunter, it's that Tagraki's meta, so I can say the word Tagraki as many times as I want. I'm not sure why, but something about the word Tagraki and Merilith are my 2 favorite words in, like, this entire game. I'm not sure what it is that I find so fun about saying those 2 words, but I absolutely love it. Which is, like, the main thing that's, like, the main redeeming factor of Bounty Hunter, I would say, is the fact that Tagraki exists. Both his name and just the fact that how meta he is. Because this mode would play so much differently if Tagraki did not exist. I guess we kill that just to make sure he doesn't run away. There's actually, the only bad thing about this battle is there's no yellows in it. And we need yellow to block Valraven. And without any yellow, that can lead to some bad situations from time to time. So that's probably the only bad thing about this battle. Even though the team composition is very weak, we do have to deal with a potentially scary Valraven. Even though nothing's feeding it mana, it does have no blockers. So it's just going to be getting straight mana every single time. Any yellow goes straight to the troop there. We should just make Isabel the guild leader. It would probably be Azala if we ever made someone else the guild leader. She'd be really good at the whole kicking part. I'm scared she might eventually kick me, though. That's my only concern with honestly making her guild leader. Would be, she'd definitely kick me at some point. I wish you could multi-leader. Like, Isabel's the co-leader, or technically the main leader, I would almost say, in the Puzzle Quest 3 guild. I think we're still a higher level than her in that game, though. That's mostly because we did a lot of grinding initially. It's also harder to level now, ever since they did one of the other updates. I'm not sure the exact update that they did. But it's also slightly slower to level now. Which I have no clue why they nerfed that. Leveling was already slow in that game, and then they made it even slower. Which made literally 0 sense. Like, think of how slow leveling classes are in this game. Imagine if they made it take 3 times longer. That's basically what they did for Puzzle Quest 3. Obviously, they would never do that to Gems of War, so I have no clue why they did it for Puzzle Quest 3. But that's about the equivalence of what they did. Not exactly the same, but the closest comparison. Like, if maxing a hero class took 3 times longer than it currently does. Across every single hero class. Is the change that they made to Puzzle Quest 3. Let's see, we'll take that over. Though I do wish they would rework the class event in Gems of War. The class event has always been a really bad value. Like, I don't even do it anymore, and if I do, I just do it for the 25 gems. Like, it is such bad value to spend gems on it. Unless you really just want to power max a class. In which case, that's going to cost you thousands of gems. Unless that is your goal, while also making a leaderboard while doing so, of course. That's like the only reason you'd bother doing a class event. Like, get a really high leaderboard position while maxing out a class you haven't already maxed. That is the only reason. Like, trying to go for all rewards is just a negative value. Making only the free battles worth it. And even then, it's almost not even worth it. Though it kind of is. It's a handful of EXP plus 25 gems. For about 10 minutes of time, give or take. Because it's 20 battles, but they're pretty quick battles. Especially the first 10. Oh, that's not enough to kill. I was going to go poke this. I think I still poke it. Because what if we get all of our mana back? He's not really blocked by much. I think he's only blocked on brown. Off of Tagraki. Yeah, that's enough to kill him now. Honestly, I feel like I'm using this thing slightly more than I would be. just because he has that damage poke. Obviously, we're not using him at all for his stats effect. I wish he had a better on-kill effect. Because we'd probably try actually aiming for more kills if he had a better on-kill effect. It's just he never gets to do anything. Daddy Shark, that's funny. You can almost as guilty on world events. You did all your battles Wednesday and among the lowest in your guild. Yeah, it happens. It's not too big a deal though. Like the main thing with most of those events is just getting it done. As long as everyone's contributing to it, then it works. The problem is if your guild's like a mile away from getting it done and you have people who are slacking, then it matters. But if your guild's getting it done by like Thursday or Friday, and you happen to have some people who didn't really do much on it, it's not that big a deal. The problem is if your guild's like a mile away and it's like Sunday night. Like that's the problem. Like if you don't have it done by Sunday in a very active guild, that's normally a sign that people are slacking too much on it. In which case we definitely do over our battles then. But I don't know, if it's already like Friday and you have it done, then your guild's fine. If there's a few people like really far under, it's perfectly fine. As long as they're not like actual zeros, unless they're on like vacation or something. Because a lot of events you actually have to slightly do in order to get their loot. Though those are mostly weekend ones now. Like invasions and raids you both have to slightly do in order to get some of your loot. And theoretically, the one that you'd probably want to have the highest requirement on, technically, is Tower of Doom. Tower of Doom, to get all loot, would actually require you to have a floor 25 completion. Which is normally around 30-ish Doom kills, give or take, depending on how many luckies your guild found. Oh, we actually finally get to see. Oh yeah, that's nowhere near enough. Why was I scared this might be able to kill us? Even if this thing casted 3 times, it would not be enough to kill us. Oh, I thought that would do way more damage. Like, Shadowhunter does boost ratio based on all the HP in play. Oh, I could have just seen what that number was and seen that it wouldn't have been enough. But yeah, that did way less damage than I was expecting. I was expecting that to bring us to, like, nearly dead. But, that, like, half poked us. That's barely anything. I forgot, you still have stealthy, don't you? That is slightly problematic. That's because it slows down the pacing just a little bit there. Not too big a deal. Always cast this, get our mana to Kaki it. And, we're good to go. Good old Kaki. We're trying out Age of Calamity demo, and gosh, it's fun. But it's hard. Yeah, oh yeah, that game was a lot of fun. We definitely need to go stream Breath of the Wild at some point. But I haven't played Age of Calamity in a while. The biggest issue with Age of Calamity is they rushed out that game. Like, that game definitely needed more development time to really be fully fleshed out. It was a great experience, but its end game was, like, completely, like, bare bones, even after the DLCs. It had a lot of potential. Which is really weird because the original one that they did prior to that one had way more content. But for whatever reason, they made this one have so much less. It had like an actual storyline, but in doing so, it sacrificed having any amount of content. Which was not a good trade-off. Like, it was a fun storyline, though. But they sacrificed storyline for any amount of replayability. Beyond full completion. It was a fun few hundred hours, though. I'll take that over. Like, something like Age of Calamity, if it was done a bit better, I could see myself doing, like, upwards of 1,000 hours in. However, something like Breath of the Wild, which some people actually, like, legit have thousands of hours in, I don't know how you do it. I'm not as good in, like, those open world kind of things, like finding things to do. I don't find them as enjoyable. We'll still be playing through it, though. I haven't played an open world game in such a while. Like, one that is, like, truly open world. It's generally a genre of game I do not care for often. Because they're a bit too expansive for me. I like having smaller areas. Smaller, more concise areas. Rather than gigantic, never-ending areas. Let's see if we throw that down. Should probably take a purple there, actually. If nothing else, whenever we get around to it, we'll be one of the only few people who ever played through the modern Zelda games in chronological order. Because even though it's on a different timeline, Age of Calamity takes place prior to Breath of the Wild 1. And then Breath of the Wild 2 takes place after Breath of the Wild 1. Which means we'd play Age of Calamity, Breath of the Wild, and Breath of the Wild 2 in chronological order. Whereas most people played Breath of the Wild first, then Age of Calamity, then Breath of the Wild 2. Yeah, Arceus, I don't know. I wouldn't really consider Arceus open world. Like, not in the same sense. Like, it's a lot of separate zones. Oh gosh, he does so much damage. Luckily, this thing never dies. And if it does, it gets in replacement tank. The only problem with the replacement tank, though, is the replacement tank does not have any amount of mana accumulation. Which, when that ends up happening, is kind of unfortunate. You know what? I'm actually going to poke him here, mostly because this is enough damage. Oh, no, it isn't. No! Oops, well, this is enough damage. Now it's enough. There we go. Oh, no, 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 no. Don't even think about it. What do you think you're doing? Actually having full mana. That's the other issue with this fight. Valraven's... I'm pretty sure Valraven will escape from me today. Actually, that will be our poll. Have you had a Valraven escape from you today? Oh, no. Is that a good poll? No, no. I kind of want to poll something else. We've been doing a poll like almost every stream now. It's been fun. I like to see your guys' feedback on things. I don't know, should we do that? It's relevant to Bounty Hunter. It's just not everyone might have done their Bounty Hunter battles today. Some people wait till Sunday or Saturday or, you know, some other time in the weekend. Some people might even skip Bounty Hunter. No, I would at least advise doing the free battles. Like, if you do anything, at least do the free battles. Later in the game, I feel like most people don't skip it just because they need the max troop. Because if you're keeping up with all max kingdoms, you actually do have to buy a Bounty Hunter just to have the new troop maxed. Which is pretty important for that. It just gave us 25 Darkstone, or, you know, 25-star Darkstone. Because this thing is so associated to Darkstone. All the Bounty Hunter troops are associated to one. Oh, no, I guess we'll poll it just for the fun of it. I can't think of any other poll to do right now, so might as well. It's related to Bounty Hunter, which we're doing right now anyways. Let's see. Have you lost a Valraven? Is that how you spell Valraven? You guys will know what I mean. Today. Oh, no, it says it's spelled incorrectly, though I'm not sure if it's just because the word is weird. Yeah, I think the word's just weird. Let's see. Have you lost a Valraven today in Bounty Hunter? And Bounty Hunter. Yes, no, or third option. Haven't played it yet. There we go. And that will fix the no being inflated. Because I keep doing polls where the no might get inflated by people who didn't actually engage with it yet. So we'll do it that way. Also, hopefully that will be a valid poll. Okay, good. Because I set nothing for the first two fields, which defaults to yes or no. And that was the first time I ever had a third option on the yes or no. So, I was concerned it might not work, but no, it does work. That's fine. Good job, YouTube. Your coding did something correct. I was concerned it would literally have empty fields, given that I put something in the third spot. But no, it actually does default to the correct thing. That no is a very high number. Though that makes sense. It is likely that to not lose Valravens these days. Though it is still possible. I've definitely haven't had it happen. Many a Bounty Hunter. Though I'm not sure it's happened to us yet this year. Though it probably has. I probably didn't even notice if it happens. I know for sure we haven't lost one yet this time around, though. I just want the other one to go kill it there. Hey, you actually get to do something. Poke him. There we go. You know, I am actually using this thing more than I thought I would. Not because it's good, but because I need the damage poke that it has. Maybe sometimes it's within kill range of a poke. In those situations, at least usable. Like right here. Go kill it. There you go. Oh, we're at the halfway point. I didn't even notice. After this battle, we'll go hand out a code. I said at the halfway point I would hand out a code. And we're halfway there. Actually, you know what I should have polled? You know what? I'm still going to poll it because we kind of already have the results for this one. How long does it normally take you guys to do Bounty Hunter? Like, time done. Let me go do a poll for that because I'm actually curious on that. I don't think I've polled that yet, have I? Or if I did, it was a while back. But so far for the current poll, it looks like we have enough votes to kind of determine that no is overwhelmingly occurring. And some people haven't played it yet, which makes sense. Because some people just wait for later in the week, or just there's not going to play Bounty Hunter. Though I do advise doing at least the free battles for it, if nothing else. But I'm pretty sure most people are just waiting for the actual weekends. But anyways, let me end this poll, so thank you everyone who voted. Let me go to this next one, because I'm actually I'm going to go check this. Because I don't actually know. Oh wait, I need to wait for the poll thingy to end before I can make a new one. Okay, now I can make a new one. Okay, so let me go make another one real quick. What I want to poll is how long does it take you to get all rewards for Bounty Hunter? And I will have an option for only free rewards or you don't do it at all. Let's see. So, should I even have under 1 hour as an option? I'm not sure what fields I should do if I'm doing like 3 of these. I guess under 9... I want to say under 75 minutes. How about that one? Under 75 minutes. Somewhere from like 75 to 180 minutes. That's worded in a weird way. 3+ hours. Only free / don't do BH. There we go. There we go. I can't remember if we've actually hit under 75 minutes for it before. We've hit like various degrees of 90-ish minutes or so. Oh no, have we hit? Because we're actually on track for under 90 minutes this stream. Not sure about under 75 though. I'm always going over other stuff when I do it too. So I don't know, maybe under 75 actually is pretty common. I want to see what it comes out to. We also keep getting more and more stats as time goes on. But yeah, I would expect 75 to 180 being like the main majority. Which seems to be the way the poll is going currently. Though I definitely feel like under 75 minutes is increasingly more possible as stats keep going higher. Because Bounty Hunter is always the same difficulty, whereas we keep getting more Bounty Hunter options while also getting more stats over time. Which keeps making Bounty Hunter increasingly easier. Not by much, but it is increasingly becoming quicker over time. The biggest issue, though, is we just haven't really been getting any meta Bounty Hunter troops to really change things up much. It's been the same triple for quite some time now, or the similar variants. Obviously, you don't have to run this exact team. There are a few others that work pretty similarly, and you can even go down the Skull Spam route. Though I do personally feel like Skull Spam route is slower than running it this way. Please add a "it feels like forever" for time it takes vote. I don't know. I personally don't feel like Bounty Hunter takes forever. I actually don't mind the Bounty Hunter event too much. My biggest gripe with the Bounty Hunter event is that the final battle is the same every single time, which makes it feel like you're just doing the same thing over and over again, like exactly the same thing. Like, I don't mind gameplay loops that are very samey, but it's literally the exact same battle over and over again, which is a weird design. Because you're fighting a bunch of different battles the entire time, but then it ends with you doing the same battle over and over and over again. There's just a weird design for it. Because more than half the time... Oh, I forgot to give out a code. But more than half the time, you're... it reminded me that I was going to give one out at halfway mark, and I still haven't. But anyways, half the time, you're... more than half the time, you're fighting the exact same battle, which is what we're doing, of course, right now. Which is the only big downside, I would say, of Bounty Hunter. That and the fact that if you get super unlucky, you can actually lose value from the loot you get. If you go for all rewards, you can lose value, which is weird. You're normally going to gain value way more often, not to a degree that it's still worth doing. But there is a small chance you actually lose value, which is a huge fail when that happens. Though it does happen. Anyways, let me go get you guys a code. Why do I have 2 of them open? That's weird. Okay, anyways, let me go make sure I'm using the right one. Click save on it. Go get you guys this code. Hopefully this one isn't already used. Why do I feel like it might have been? Why does this code look so familiar? Pretty sure it's not the same. Yeah, it's definitely a new one. Oh, if I could even type my name in correctly. Use it for so many things, yet can't type it correctly. Actually, that's something I haven't typed in like forever and a half now. I have not typed in my real name in absolutely forever now. Can't even remember. Because normally when I have to use it, I'm like writing it down. I can't even remember last time I've actually typed my real name. Which is kind of funny. Anyways, guys, there's the code. Enjoy. Use on gemswar.com with the game code section. You invite codes underneath your settings menu. Redeem codes right over there in chat. And give same word as always that you just saw with that mail pop-up. 2 gem key, or sorry, I wish 2 gem keys. 1 gem key, 2 treasure maps, 2,500 gold, and 200 souls. And only usable on PC mobile version of the game. And always definitely feel free to leave a like on the stream. Helps a lot and is greatly, greatly, greatly appreciated. And of course we stream every single night. And have a code every single night as well. And the rest of this weekend we're going to be grinding for, what's it called? We're going to be grinding for the mimics. We currently have found 9. We won't be doing any of that grind tonight. We're just going to be doing the entirety of Bounty Hunter tonight. But we will be continuing to grind this weekend, and we'll be doing a super long stream on Sunday night, assuming we don't get it on Saturday night, which likely we won't. So on Sunday night, we're going to be doing a pretty long stream trying to find this mimic and seeing if we can get lucky and finally get it already. Oh, that's not good. You actually got a kill, and it's on Tagaraki. Literally the most important thing to not die. This is ever so slightly problematic, as it will slow down the rate at which we win this battle. We'll still easily win. But that's one nice thing about Bounty Hunter I kind of mentioned earlier too, but you do not get penalized at all for deaths. Your speed at which you win gets penalized, because obviously we're going to win a lot slower now. However, you do not actually lose any points. Your points are determined at the beginning of the battle. As long as you win the battle, that multiplier will apply. So we have a 30 times multiplier. Even if your things die, as long as you have at least 1 troop remaining, you will get the full amount of points in a Bounty Hunter battle. Not every game mode is like that, however Bounty Hunter is. So we did not actually lose a single point. You still get the same 6,000 that we would get from any of these battles that we are currently doing. Yep, no problem, everyone. Enjoy the code. You mean your real name isn't Tyrant? Let's see, I'll take that over. Grab a... What do we even want here? Take that for now. That's one thing I was considering too. If I do get like super serious into game development, I'm not even sure if I want to associate it to this name. I might just start like a whole nother alter ego online and have it through there. Like I've been tempting to do that just for the fun of it. Because I've been going as Tacit for basically like my entire online existence. Well, maybe not my entire, but at least like since I've been an adult. Like that entire existence online. I've been Tacit online. But it'd be kind of fun to like try something from scratch. Where we have like an entire different alter ego again and see what would happen if we do like a bunch of things with absolutely 0 name recognition. Not like we even have much name recognition to begin with, but like start from like a literal exact 0 and see how it goes. Let's see. I feel like I would need to build up a lot more skill sets to do that properly though. Because at this point, I know most of the things you would need to do for that. I'm just not good at doing quite a few of them. Oh, I should have taken the star there. I'm not sure why I didn't. Luckily, we get it right here. And you are very dead. Tacit, but with a hat. Let's see. What do we even need here? I'll take a brown. How about you do an April Fool's, your dad this year? Wait, what? How about you April Fool's your dad this year? You could tell him you and your mom are moving back in with him. He would never believe that. It's also not something that could physically actually happen. There's not enough room in that house to even accommodate for such a thing. Oh, let's see. Which is kind of ironic, given that he actually does have multiple houses. But his house that he lives in with his grandma is, well, technically it's not even his houses. They're all his grandma's. Because he went bankrupt, so all the houses are actually, like, jointly between them. Or in her name, one or the other. He kind of just, like, works on them for her. I think there might be jointly. I don't even remember. Because all the houses are in her money. Because my dad is bankrupt 3 times now. I'm sure hoping he does not do it a 4th time. Let's see. We'll take that over. Grab that over there. I don't even fully understand how someone can bankrupt that many times. Though in all fairness, he theoretically only bankrupted once. The other 2 were bankrupt in company name, whereas one was him himself. So theoretically, he only bankrupted once. The other 2 were bankrupt companies. Which aren't quite the same. They're legally different. So theoretically, he only bankrupted once. Let's see. Though technically, he bankrupted 3 times. Let's see. We'll throw that down. And we're good to go. Oh, and I've never been in debt in my entire life, and I don't plan to ever do anything that could even remotely do so. Seen too many horror stories with debt to ever even do anything that would do it. Even if it was like a car I needed for work, I would find like some other way. Because most places have some amount of public transportation, or you could just bike there. Or walk there if you really, really had to. That's not feasible for some things, obviously. What do we need to take here? Throw that down. Luckily, online work, you don't actually have to go to any location. Which is pretty convenient. I don't have enough to kill the other thing there, do we? Alright, let's go throw down a... Oh, I should take it out. Oh, no, I need to do that just so he doesn't touch it. The biggest concern now is Valraven doing something weird with yellow. To such a degree, I almost just want to take that yellow off the board. I think we're just going to kill a Tagraki here. Do we really not have Tagraki mana? Oh, no. How do we move that? I guess we explode it again and hope we get lucky. Interesting, Tyran. Yeah, I've always considered doing another one, just for the fun of it. Like, starting with a different name online. For doing something specifically. Because so far, everything I've ever done online has been under this name. One other nice thing about that is make sure that no one can ever have the name in anything. So you can specifically go with one that is literally not used anywhere under any circumstance. Because you would know ahead of time if you're making a brand new one, like every instance of, you know, whatever you're trying to do being used. So you could just go for one that is not used anywhere. Or has a very useful overlap. I actually saw a really funny named place that's near me I didn't even know it existed, but it is such a good name for a company that tries to like get some like if you name your company based on something that can get traffic for something else. For example, Dunkin' Donuts, of course, is a donut place. So there's actually a local donut place by me that I didn't even know existed because it's in like a little cubbyhole kind of location. But for searchability of their company, they named their place Duck Donuts because if you type in Dunkin' Donuts, the first two things that come up are D and U. So they now have some searchability overlap whenever someone goes for Dunkin' Donuts. If they just type in DU, they have a slight chance of popping up near it, which is such a funny strategy. Like that's a really good naming convention. Like you could do stuff like that when you're starting something like completely from scratch. Like if you're doing something like really specifically for something, you could try to take like an already somewhat searched thing and like use it for your advantage. But I saw that and it's like, oh gosh, that's exactly why they're called Duck Donuts. It's 100% for Dunkin' Donuts searchability. To try to get from people who type in the words DU to try to find Dunkin'. And might end up finding Duck Donuts. It was such a perfect name. Their location is such a bad location though. It's like in the middle of nowhere. Let's see. They probably don't play as much for it, so that's probably why they have that location. Let's see, I'll take that over. Probably way less overhead for the location. Which is why they need even better search results online, which is why they're probably called Duck Donuts. Anyways, we'll take the purple there. But yeah, I saw that and it was the other day, and it's like, oh gosh, that's so good. They know what they're doing. What do we even take here? I'll grab the destroy over there, or the poke. I feel like I should take something from this board, but I also want the Valraven to die. Oh, why do I keep not taking Star? There's been at least 5 opportunities this stream where we could have taken Star where I did not go for it. In this situation, it doesn't make sense because we have full mana. Now it does because we have 2 things missing. And now we don't have 2 things missing. If nothing else, at least Elemental Stars makes Bounty Hunter not take as much. Isn't this the first Bounty Hunter since Elemental Stars exist? Which is probably how whoever got under 75 minutes actually ended up doing it. Because if you optimize Elemental Stars, you would definitely get under 75 minutes. Actually, now that I think about it, isn't this stream almost under 75 minutes? Hold up. We might actually still get there. The under 75 minute category. Actually, if we didn't dilly-dally with other stuff, I think we might actually been able to do under an hour. But we're on track for under 75 minutes, and I think it's because of Wish Gem. Because these days, I feel like it takes closer to 90 minutes to 2 hours. However, we are on track for under 75 minutes right now. And that was with handing out a code, talking, doing some other things. That wasn't even max efficiency. Plus, I keep missing these Wish Gem combos. At least a few times, if not more. Could you stop hitting skulls? Luckily, Ogreus is so tanky, it barely even touches HP value yet. Despite that, which is very funny. It's just that tanky. Oh, I should have taken Brown in case we got Brown Leak. Oh, you could have also taken Skull to win. Whoops. Well, now I'll take that Skull to win. Also, hello, U7! Welcome, welcome. Hope all's been well. Now, only a few battles left. 6,000 per battle means we only have 5 battles left. Counting this one. If we do this 5 battles in under 3 minutes each, which should definitely happen, we indeed did get under the 75-minute category. Which, how many people voted for? I can currently only see the one that's highest right now. Under 75 minutes is actually only 12%. Interesting. We do have the high stats that are even possible within the game, so it is helping us quite a bit. Because it's actually impossible to have higher stats than what... Well, actually, maybe not these days. It might be possible to have, like, a few higher stats than what we have these days. If some people actually got level 20 max kingdoms as far as stars. That's a very small minority of people, but theoretically, you actually could have a few stats higher than what we have. Not counting potion effects and everything, obviously. But, you know, as far as, like, kingdom upgrades and stuff like that. But, for all intents and purposes, we pretty much have max stats, not counting potions. Because obviously you can infinite buy stats off of those. But, yeah, that might be skewing the speed slightly. But it does look like we'll get under 75 this time around. Could also be that people are doing it between other things. Because if I was like super distracted while doing this, like since we're streaming, I'm a bit less distracted overall. Since we're mostly just looking over at chat while just taking gems from the board. But you know, if you're doing things in like life and doing other things between it, it would definitely take multiple hours. Or when we're just sitting down and focusing on it, it's a lot easier, of course. But if you were to do it between other things, it would definitely be a bit slower, since your full focus isn't completely on it. But yeah, I do feel like the average for Bounty Hunter has been slowly going down, though. I'm not sure if we're just getting more efficient at it or what, but it does feel like it keeps taking increasingly less time. Or I should say decreasing time. You only need 3 more battles now. And that would be a finished Bounty Hunter. But yeah, does anyone else have any other questions any want me to go over? Because once we finish out Bounty Hunter, we'll probably clear out dailies and we'll probably call it a wrap for tonight. However, tomorrow night we will be back to the hunt of the chests. As well as Sunday, we'll be doing a super long stream, assuming we don't get it on Saturday night. We'll be doing a super long stream, probably until reset time, or very close to reset. Maybe just all the way to reset, we'll see. Depends how tired I am, or awake, or, you know, it depends on some factors. But the plan is we're probably going to be going, like, really heavy on Sunday night stream. And ideally, we just keep going till we get it. Because obviously, once we get it, if that happens to happen prior, the stream is ending when we have it, or when reset time hits. Or if we get so tired as can't keep going. Whatever one of those 3 happens first. So it'll likely be a pretty long stream for Sunday night stream. And tomorrow night we'll just kind of be grinding a little bit more at it. Probably aim for 2 chests. But that was also last night's goal and we hit 1 after like an hour and a half. Also, do we have exact enough sigils? I didn't even notice that. I'm pretty sure I have exact enough unless we get a Valkyrie, in which case we have excess. But we're going to have exact number to complete this out at current rate. Which is kind of funny. Oh, why do I keep thinking that's enough damage? Luckily, we could go poke it for the other thing to go kill it. I could just do it off of Gem Destroy. So it technically is enough damage, but it doesn't give us that random stats effect. Oh, I could have taken a red extra turn there. Whoops. Don't think it mattered much, though. I just have to poke him twice. I actually want to take a green or a brown here. Unfortunately, neither are available, so I actually can't do that. Now I can. And now we won. I always throw this down, we'll get our mana we need, and it just dies to any true damage we want, and there we go. It doesn't even matter where we target. Oh, so hello, Bushka. Hello, Scott. Hello, John. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You just got your bounty finished? Nice. We're about to. 1 more battle. Our last sigil, too. How convenient is that? We might actually be at exactly 0 sigils. We are. As long as we don't lose this battle, which is exceedingly unlikely to happen. But as long as we don't lose this battle, we are done with bounty. And we'll go mess with all the other few things. Oh, sorry. I almost said Tacit. Sorry, Isabel. What did you say? If you can request it, can you try the Triangle Strategy demo? Well, I'm going to be doing the entire game. Isn't it out yet? Wait, is Triangle Strategy not released yet? I thought it was. Is it just a demo? Wait, when is Triangle Strategy being released? Is it not released yet? Because if it's not, we might do it for release. Is it just a demo? Because if it's fully released, we're going to be doing the entirety of it at some point. I'm just not sure when. But if it's releasing soon, I'll just do it for release as well. But is it already released? I honestly have no clue. Also, how did I misspell Google? Let's see. I'm looking for Triangle Strategy. Honestly, I have not the slightest clue. March 4th. Yeah, it released a week ago. Reviews look decently average, above average. But yeah, we will be playing at some point. It's not sure when. There's no point in getting the demo. We're just going to be going straight into the main game. When we do get around to it. I'm just not sure when we're going to be getting around to it. Also, I ideally wanted to do the entirety of Octopath Traveler before we did. Though I guess we could start with Triangle Strategy. I guess it doesn't really matter which way we do it. Like if we do Triangle Strategy first and Octopath Traveler and then Octopath and then the other one. Because it's not like they're related, those two games. Visually, they look related. But like in probably every other mechanic, they're probably nowhere near each other. But yeah, we'll probably do it soon. I'm just not sure exactly when. I want to finish 100%ing the most recent Pokemon game, which we should be able to do this weekend, hopefully. So maybe sometime soon after we can do it for Triangle Strategy and mess around with it. Does anyone know how long that game takes to finish? and if there's any like post game or anything. Also, is it on only Switch or is it also on PC? I'm not sure if I would get this PC version or the Switch version. Let me double check. Triangle strategy. Triangle strategy. Okay. Wait, is it Switch exclusive? Interesting. I thought it was on multiple platforms. Is it actually only on Switch? Which is fine. We have a Switch. I could have sworn it was going to be released on multiple platforms, though. Interesting. Anyways, where were we? Okay, so we finished up Bounty Hunter in under 75 minutes, so we're within that part of the poll. What am I looking for? Not that. I just wanted to double check that we did indeed claim the thing. Oh, no, I didn't claim. I was going to say, I didn't know for sure. We didn't click the button yet. Let's see what we get. Come on, good loot. We want to see major blues, want to see powers. Let's see, first three. We want to see at least one blue or purple here. Okay, that's good. Great start. All right, now the ones that actually matter. Come on, power. Our first power of the year. Ah, close. We got 4 blues. 3 minor blues and 1 major. That is some solid loot, and that's why you do Bounty Hunter. Though sometimes it's bad loot, but that is a really, really good day. 4 out of 6 blues, and the other 2 were orange, oddly enough. So we only got blues and orange. 4 blues, 2 orange. Obviously, the blues, only one that mattered there. Though purple would also have been okay. But interesting. Anyways, let's go clear out Adventure Board. There's only some gems here, but hey, 25 gems for like 1 minute of time. Definitely worth it. Let's go clear these out. Then we'll clear out dungeon. And any other questions, let me know now. Otherwise, I'll be calling it a wrap for tonight. And then our game plan for this weekend will be... I still haven't recorded any of the 2 videos I wanted for Gems of War. I definitely need to go do that. But, because I wanted to cover teams for Explore 12 and also cover the new Mythic that came out last Monday, as well as this upcoming Monday, as well as whenever free-to-play ends up getting it. You know, the one for this season pass thing. Most people are getting it on Monday, though. So it's not too big a deal that I haven't covered it yet, because most people aren't getting it till 3 days from now. But, still need to cover that soon, though. But yeah, tomorrow during the day, as well as on Sunday, we'll be hopefully finishing Pokemon Legends Arceus. And by finishing, I mean 100% shiny decks, 100% perfect decks, 100% in like every possible category you could ever think of, like Solitude as well. Like literally whatever the fullest version of 100% can be considered. We are going to try to finish it this weekend. The only exception to that is we will be missing a handful of shinies that in accumulation would require upwards of 1,000 to 2,000 hours to try to get, which I'm not going to do. I might try to AFK for them over time. However, we're definitely not streaming that process because, gosh, would that take absolutely forever. And most of it just literally idling, waiting for like a rift to form. Because most of them that would be under that category, you have to like AFK for like 5 to like 30 minutes. Wait for a rift to appear so you could play for like a few minutes. And then hope you get a shiny from like 3 random 1 out of 580 rolls. Like those I'm probably never getting. Because they take way too long. But as far as like the ones that are actually realistic, we should have most, if not all of them, finished this weekend. And then have pretty much as close to 100% completion on that game as you could possibly have without going into like the insane category of things that take literal thousands of hours. Like all the ones that are kind of like realistic to end up doing. But anyways. Is that all the things for Gems of War today? I believe that is. But yeah, if you didn't already finish Bounty Hunter, you still have 2 more days to do it, all the way until Monday reset time. So basically until the end of Sunday. So you still have another 2 days, 5 hours to finish that up. Overall, we got pretty lucky on the loot. Though as long as you get kind of average on the loot, you're still going to be getting some pretty nice stuff. Even just doing the free battles. Actually, what did the breakdown come out into the poll? So it was a 16% under 75 minutes, which actually, hey, we fell into that category too. Even the whole stream was under 75 minutes, oddly enough. It looks like for 75 to 180 minutes was 45%, the majority, which is what I expected. Normally we're in that category too, but for whatever reason, it went quite a bit quicker today. I assume it's because of Wish Gems. Wish Gems, utilizing Wish Gems with the horse, really good value. So it could definitely help speed things up, this Bounty Hunter. And I believe this is the only Bounty Hunter we're going to have for that, because by the time the next Bounty Hunter comes back around, Wish Gems will not be a thing. We'll have some kind of new gem next season, of course, that will be replacing them. 3 hour plus for 29%, and only 11% do either the free battles or don't do Bounty Hunter, which is kind of interesting. I'm actually surprised that number is so high, though it could be some mix of newer players, because I know as you're progressing through the game, it is actually not worth spending gems on Bounty Hunter for the most part. However, when you get way late into the game, you pretty much auto-buy it always, just because you need the max troop. Like, for example, today we got 25-star Darkstone. But when you're progressing through the game, Bounty Hunter is actually not the greatest value, like beyond the free battles, obviously, which you should always be taking. Anyways, let's see. Hello, ClipBomb. Goodbye, ClipBomb. Anyone else? Anyone else? Just making sure I didn't miss any questions or anything else, because I feel like I do that sometimes at the end of streams. Any non-gems weekend streams, or just grinding Horde Mimic? We're going to be grinding Horde Mimic. Generally, I try to save whenever we can do midday streams for games that aren't Gems of War these days, just so we can try doing a little bit more variety, and then just having the very consistent Gems of War nightly streams. We could do some daily Gems of War streams here or there. They would have to do something pretty big content-wise to kind of do that. I guess technically the Mimic is under that category. However, if we're going to do a midday stream for that, I'd probably do it sometime next week when we have that Vault buff or whatever's coming next week, because I'm not even fully sure what's happening with that. Because we're getting some kind of week-long buff next week that is either going to make the Mimics more common or going to be making a Vault event happen the entire time, which will not necessarily help with the chests, but would help with getting a bunch of loot, if nothing else. So we'll see. But anyways, guys, I'll catch you guys later. Hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Best of luck with the grind. And tomorrow night, we will continue trying to get the Mimic. As well as on Sunday night, we'll be doing a pretty long stream for it. And we'll go from there. Play Fall Guys. I will for the next season. For whatever reason, I can't figure it out. Though I didn't really try to figure it out for too long. But when I tried playing Fall Guys the other day, when they added that new game mode, my controller wouldn't work. I'm not sure what they did, or if I have to change something on my side. But my controller literally would not work for the thing. And I personally don't like playing it with mouse and keyboard. A lot of things I do, but that game I just can't do that way. And I need to figure out how to get it working before we could even stream it again. But I don't know, I've kind of been waiting until they do another season, which I believe is happening sometime in the next few weeks. So I'm not 100% sure. Hopefully they will. Because haven't they even gone all the year with even a new season? So they have to have it at some point. But when they do, we will, of course, stream it. But anyways, guys, catch you later. Thanks for stopping by. Enjoy your week, and best of luck with everything. Goodbye, everyone. Stay safe out there.